But next here, a letter written by a Leicester teenager who was born with a very rare immune deficiency and later died in hospital. Well, that letter is now being used to help train doctors and nurses right around the world. Lexi Johnson underwent a stem cell transplant at the age of just 12. She spent long periods in hospital isolation. Sadly, she died last year, aged just 14, after complications linked to the procedure. But her words are now changing how young patients are cared for. Her parents say Lexi always wanted her voice to make a difference, and it is. Monica Plaha reports.
Tell me what job you do and why you are in my room, even if you have a badge or you have been in before.
At just 14 years old, Lexi left behind something extraordinary. A letter, not just for the doctors and nurses who cared for her, but for patients and their families too.
Lexi was born with a rare immune deficiency, and we were trained to do her treatment, and we did it once a week at home from the age of 4, and that enabled her to do everything that she did in her life. So she looked on the outside, you know, like the same as any other child, but she was walking around with a very rare condition.
About 2 years ago, following some further investigations of a treatment, they decided that it was probably the best thing to do to look at giving her a stem cell transplant.
The initial transplant went really, really well, but she contracted graft versus host disease. The complications continued and got more and more unusual until September last year, when unfortunately, basically her body couldn't take the treatment anymore, and the decision was made to withdraw treatment.
I hope you're doing well.
She understood better than most how frightening hospitals can feel for a child.
And I thought this would make you smile. Lots of love.
Lexi's letter is a very specific letter because she wrote it to all healthcare professionals. It came about on a bad day in hospital, and I could see she was unhappy about the situation. So I suggested that she write a letter.
It really empowered her to be able to have a say. So when anyone new came into the room, she would ask them to tell her name and why they were there, but also that any conversations about her treatment, she was included in the conversation because she was the person that was committed to undertaking the treatment.
Lexi died in September last year from complications following her transplant. The day before she died, she watched part of the animation.
As soon as she knew that she wasn't going to be able to finish it, she'd asked her younger sister Ella if she would voice her words as part of the animation so that it could get out there for as many people to hear and help make that change.
And what has the impact been of Lexi's letter?
To date, we know it's been embedded in training and inductions across the country and across the UK. So it's been picked up in many different ways, and it has now gone global. We've had contacts through Facebook and through LinkedIn saying that it's now in Canada and also being used in Tasmania for further. We just want it to go as far as possible.
When you leave my room, please tell me what will happen next and when. Thank you.
Lexi's legacy will continue to live on, with her parents recently speaking to nurses at the University of Leicester about the letter. A teenager who dreamed of working in healthcare is now shaping its future. Monica Plaha, BBC East Midlands Today, Leicester.
What a girl, eh? Should we have a look now at some of the stories?